Hey there everyone, welcome to an episode of Skis Productions. Today I want to talk to you about calf pain while cycling. So I'm not going to cover every single aspect that can cause calf pain because it could literally be everything from your saddle down to your pedals. So I'm just going to cover three most common causes of calf pain. And that's going to be saddle height, your cleat position, and also your seat position fore and aft. So you can slide this forward and backwards. And I'll show you how that kind of influences the overall geometry. But basically what causes calf soreness while cycling is hyperextending your calf while pedaling. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate to you. So the first cause is going to be having your saddle height set too low. So I have a dropper post on this mountain bike so I can easily show you a too low saddle height. Alright, so here I am on the mountain bike with the saddle position too low, and you can see how my heel extends down in the back. So let's go ahead and put the saddle up. And you get the heel more where you want it. It's kind of sitting up like that, slight bend. See how the heel isn't going below the pedal. Alright, so now we're going to kind of talk about your seat position, your saddle position. So you can see here on my saddle, I usually keep my saddle slid all the way back because that's just usually how I like it. What that does is it puts more of my weight on the rear tire, and it also puts more weight on my heel. It puts the pedals out further in front of me. But when I'm on a mountain bike, I also put my foot on the middle of the pedal. Now if I'm wearing cleats, it's going to be towards the ball, which also puts your heel down, which will hyperextend your calf, as you can see there. So let me go ahead and show you how I normally sit on the bike. See if I can get it to stand up. Pedal backwards. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put the saddle up. All right, that's about how I am normally on this mountain bike. All right, so right now I'm currently seated on the saddle correctly. But now watch, if I slide back on the saddle, you can see my heel drop. Slide forward on the saddle, so I sit on the nose of the saddle, you can see my heel picks up with the angle going, with the seat going further forward. So another thing is your cleat position. So if your cleat position is all the way too far front, you can see that when I go to transfer energy, my heel drops compared to if I'm in a more centered position, my heel isn't dropping when I go to transfer power through the pedal stroke. So basically all you really have to do to fix calf pain is just make sure you have your saddle right, make sure you have the fore and aft set correctly, because if it's too low, it's going to be hyperextended. So make sure you have your saddle height set correctly, your foot position, your cleat position set correctly, and you should get a nice balanced look, kind of like that, where your foot is basically parallel with the ground, and that way you're not hyperextending your foot. And if you have to, drop your bars down more. So if I drop down forward, you can see my heel kind of come up a little bit more. But that'll also extend all your, or stretch all the muscles in your back and everything. You end up with a sore back if you do that. But also with a low saddle, a saddle that's too low, you'll also start to get some lower back pain. So definitely make sure your saddle height is set correctly. Alright, so in conclusion, those are the three most common causes of calf pain while cycling. And that is having too low of a seat height, so basically saddle's too low, having your saddle too far back. Usually it's not caused by having your saddle too far forward. So if you have your saddle too far back and relative to your bottom bracket, that could be an issue. And the other cause being having your cleats too far forward on your cleats. So say this is the spindle of the pedal, it's too far forward. Look at all that torque you had to put down versus going to the ball of my hand. There's not that much torque to put down to overextend this calf. Now there is one thing that I forgot to mention, that is basically your position on the bike. If you have a more aggressive position on one bike versus the other, so for example, if I'm more upright on one bike versus down here on the forks on the other bike, you can see that shifts my weight further forward, and that's also stretching my hamstrings, which is pulling up on my calf muscles. So that can also lead to you having to extend your calf more and cause more calf pain. So in any case, I hope this helps you diagnose and fix your issue with your calf pain while cycling. If not, I hope you at least could take some information from this video and use it in your setups later on. Thanks for watching.